to the channel, welcome. If you would like to get notified anytime the new reads are being posted, please feel free to subscribe and also hit that notification bell so that you can get those notifications, okay? This read is going to be for Leo. Leo, I'm seeing that the planet Neptune is strongly influencing the cycle of this read. Neptune goes through an orbital cycle every 165 years. Neptune is strongly involved in the mythical and mystical realm, having to do with dreams, storms, psychic abilities, and long-term effects. Okay. They do have Neptune also has an influence on, well, I guess that is the pronoun for the planet. Like, some planets are associated with certain genders, right? Though Neptune is like, if I was Neptune and I'm like, hey, my name is Neptune, my pronouns are, Neptune would say they, them. Okay, so it's that kind of energy. It's like balanced in the divine feminine and masculine influence in what you're going through in your life. So that's just what I'm seeing. Though, like I said, it does go through an orbital cycle every 165 years. So in some kind of way, you may be awakening to certain abilities. You may be having certain dreams, things like that, that you should probably pay attention to, okay? So then I'm also seeing the element fire strongly influencing the cycle of the read. The element fire shows up in the western wind when your soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson. And what I'm seeing that lesson is for you is the process of a sunset. So take it as it resonates. The western wind does have to do with dialogue, conversations, vibration. It could represent like the ending of something, since the sunset kind of like represents dawn or like the close of a day or something like that. The element fire is also involved in the experiences that we have of creativity, our connection to our muses. The element fire is strongly like associated with the planets Mars and Saturn. Saturn has to do with like us experiencing karmic lessons, overcoming karmic lessons, even going through karmic lessons. And Saturn goes through an orbital cycle every 30 years. And then I believe Mars goes through an orbital cycle every 2 years. And Mars has to do with the experience of a sense of responsibility and politics. So just take it as it resonates, you know? 165 years is quite the cycle to be going through something. So I'm seeing that you may be overcoming something that may have spanned over several lifetimes, right? And only your soul would know what lessons it is that you need to learn. And that's all I can say, right? So I'm seeing that your spirit of true self during the cycle of this read is seeking security in your style, the way that you do things, how you present yourself, things like that. And then I'm also seeing surrounded in the experience of you seeking security in your style and the way that you do things is the statement that, so that's what the kids are calling it these days. Okay, and then I'm also seeing assembly lines. So what I'm seeing overall is like the process. And then someone questioning like what that process is, because that's what the kids are calling it these days. And the reality of it is what you're seeking security in is the style of which you do things. And then others are maybe reflecting back on you, or overall the soul is teaching the spirit of true self certain lessons by the connections that you have with these people that are around you, that you're interacting with. And it's just kind of like, oh, so that's what the kids are calling it these days. Or it could be like, oh, so that's what the kids are calling it these days. Take it as it resonates, because like I said, the dynamic of the energy could be, you know, is based off of your experience and your perception. And what I mean by experience is like how you perceive it, how you interpret it, things like that. And take it as it resonates, because regardless of if their perception or their projection onto you is positive or negative, you're learning from all of it. So to each his own. Nonetheless, during the challenging position placement for this read, the challenging placement for this read, I'm seeing that you may be wondering if healing your heart is worth it. And from what the soul is having the spirit of true self go through, and the lessons that the soul is teaching the spirit of true self, I'm seeing that the one thing or a few things that, I'm just seeing that the few things that may have been challenges for you, where like you were worrying if healing your heart was worth it, is you being comfortable around whoever it is that you're building a relationship with, though also at the same time you thriving in your energy of creativity and expression of yourself. And that's a part of your style, right? And you should be comfortable in the way that you express yourself, is what I'm seeing. I just think that based off of like societal norms, yeah. In society, there, especially depending on what culture you associate with, there are certain stereotypes, right, that go with whether it be your gender, like with gender roles, and then also with like your race or your class system, stuff like that. So the best advice that I could give is like not to worry about anyone else's opinion about what comfortable looks like for your relationship. Just focus on, like I said, you growing from whatever it is that you're experiencing, and being comfortable with your relationship with God, because that should be the most important one, right? So as far as wondering like if healing your heart is worth it, I definitely think that is worth it, though my opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion should matter when it comes to if you think it's worth it, because you're the one that has to do the work. And I'm just being transparent. So I'm seeing that some things may have seemed creepy to you, because these experiences aren't earthly. They're not of the flesh. They're spiritual experiences, because they're involving the wellness of your soul. So I can understand where you may have felt like things were complicated when it came to operating in an energy that you're comfortable in, while you're also expressing yourself and try to do that cohesively while being in a relationship with someone. Because one thing that you should never feel like it is that you have to do is dim your light to be with anyone. Seeing with this healing heart card that maybe one of your challenges was that you were in the process of healing from a heartbreak. You were in an abusive relationship, and being able to overcome that is definitely worth it, especially if you want a long-lasting relationship and you want a healthy one, and you know, you want to be with someone that contributes to that thriving energy and secure safe space for you, okay? So what I'm seeing is the Phoenix card. The Phoenix card is a representation of you stepping into, or you transitioning into, a new phase of your life. You could be rekindling, not necessarily with someone from the past, though with an old energy. One thing that I can say is, like, I have a sister, and I was just like, what's one of those things that, like, she really loved doing when we were younger that she doesn't do now because of adulting, right? And one of those things is, like, that when she was younger, she used to practice karate, stuff like that. And now, even like in her 40s, I thank God that she's gotten the opportunity for the pathways to be open for her to thrive in what she's found so much security and joy in as an adult. So that could be like one of those things that this Phoenix energy is like pulling towards, is like doing things that brought you a lot of joy when you were younger, not because you were childish, though indulging in them because they bring you peace. Expressing yourself in that kind of way brings you peace. And you don't have to fall or crack under or be exhausted by the pressure of adulting or trying to adult like everybody else. Adulting like everyone else is a toxic relationship. And you doing it your kind of way, and being comfortable with it and knowing that that is your healing process is definitely worth it. So then I'm seeing the talking card, where you might be interested in somebody, or somebody might be interested in you. You may be awaiting some messages. There is some communication going on. Like I did see that element fire, which is a representation of that western wind. With that western wind, it's a representation also of the process of a sunset. So you could be having a conversation with someone about the toxic or abusive relationships coming to an end as you transition into this new phase of your life where you're choosing healing energy. Then I'm also seeing the Hammer card, which is a representation of working on something or repairing what you may have felt like was once lost. Okay? So with the element fire, I am seeing dialogue, vibration, conversation, and knowing that that western wind is strongly involved with the alignment of the planets Mars and Saturn. That's showing me that you're taking responsibility for the fact that you're learning your karmic lessons and you're willing and able to heal from it properly, do the inner work, and be able to move forward because you know that is worth it. Your peace of mind is worth it. Your spiritual wellness is worth it. Okay? So then I'm seeing with the northern wind, because I'm also seeing the northern wind, is that your soul is teaching the spirit of true self a lesson in regard to partnership. These partnerships lessons specifically are associated with some type of divorce and the influence that communist or communism has, like how it's influenced you getting to this point in your life. So all of these different elements could have been things that you had conversations about, could have just been a part of like your vibration. And if you're in the process of lifting your vibration, then obviously your style is changing and you're becoming more secure in the way that you do things, right? So the emotions and the specific messages that are associated with the overall read are for you to feel satisfied. There is someone that's admiring you, or you're admiring someone else. Someone could be admiring your style or the way that you're doing things. For you not to feel hostile, or for you not to be hostile, for you not to feel inferior. If you were walking around feeling inferior, or if you were walking around feeling miserable, for you not to feel miserable, for you not to feel scared, for you not to do things impulsively. Especially with the hammer in the talking, it's like being able to listen to where it is that the energy is coming from, so that you don't respond so like impulsively. Though you are a fire sign, so my experience with every Leo that I've ever met is that I can tell that they are a Leo because of the vibration, like the fire behind their personality. And some of y'all do things like impulsively. However, that's just part of your creative side, the way that you express yourself. That's just your style. That's the way that you do things. And anyone from the outside looking in that doesn't understand that part, then that's just on them, right? Though I'm a reader, so I understand. So if there were conversations that you had, there were dialogues that you had, there was like a consistent vibration or a flow of words that were exchanged between you and someone else in regard to divorce or communism or the influence on society or the influence on you, regardless, the way that you may have responded or communicated your position in any of these things, I'm just seeing that Spirit is saying, like, be careful not to sabotage yourself, because you are in an energy of working on yourself and repairing things for yourself, and you want to rebuild whatever was lost. Even if it happened in a past life, you want to be able to rebuild it up in a healthy and righteous way, because you know that a healed heart is worth it. Okay? So if you're not familiar with how it is that I do my reads, I do them based on time that has been offered or is available to me for me to be able to share the message with you. So thank you. The time that have been offered to me is a Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is representing trust. So thank you for trusting me. With this Two of Swords card, it's just showing like someone was like really excited to trust me. And you're not like really loud or boisterous or, you know, aggressive or anything like that. Or maybe that's like how I received the energy. Like it wasn't rah 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 or anything like that. It was just like, you know, it's like very trustworthy and calm and cool and collective. One thing that I can like give an example of is like, yeah, a lion. That's a really good example. Like a lion, like a person that walks up to a lion, and like this lion is, you know, I'm the lion, hear me roar, and then it's like, though I feel like I can trust you. Yeah, so it's like you don't have to be super defensive around somebody like me. And that is like the kind of offering that I received. So in reciprocity, I'm glad that you received me that same kind of way, right? So then the energy that I see you in for the cycle of the read is like pure joy, excitement. Like I said, you're being received in this energy is like really happy, really excited, joyous, like it's like a wish fulfillment in the regard to joy. So when I see the word like satisfied, that's exactly a good word of emotions that is associated with the Nine of Cups energy. So it's being received, like you're being received as like fresh and radiant in this energy, and like I said, excited, satisfied. So let's get into the read. So for this placement in the read, there's only, and just based off of the time, you were in the, it's showing me that in the past you experienced a lot of things all at once. So that's why I'm a little bit like, I want to say it, but I don't know if I can. Okay, so what I'm saying is that this has happened in the past, so I'm not predicting anything terrible or negative or, you know, bad for your future, though I am seeing that you experienced like some type of betrayal or some type of hurt in the past, right? Could have been past life, or could have been something that happened in this lifetime. And spiritually, you may have signed up for another lifetime, right? Just putting that out there. And during this lifetime, obviously your spirit is on that mission to get the security that it needs throughout any stage in your life, and also for you to spiritually mature and grow, right? Prioritizing the wellness of your soul because you know that it exists. So what I'm seeing is that you're being received overall in this energy as intelligence and brilliant. So spiritually making the decision to not condemn yourself is what I'm seeing. And during the cycle of this read, you experience some type of betrayal. Okay? I'm seeing that you may have experienced some type of betrayal. And you might have got divorced. Your betrayal led to hostility, you feeling inferior, you feeling miserable, you feeling scared. And then that also led to you doing things impulsively, right? However, I'm hearing like that just don't sit well with me, right? So then there was this Page of Rods where an announcement was made or an invitation was given to you. It could have been when you got divorced. If we're being absolutely transparent, that is what I'm seeing was the process of whatever happened in the past. Is that there was some type of betrayal and then somebody filed for divorce. And it's because somebody wanted to be living more in their truth with the Seven of Swords reversed. Now the reality of it is this could have been you that wanted to live more in your truth, or it could have been the other person that wanted to live more in their truth. Regardless, I'm just feeling and seeing the energy of it's okay that it happened that way. Like, spiritually immature, maybe you didn't understand. Though spiritually mature, you completely understand and you're in an energy of acceptance that it was supposed to happen that way. Because you don't want to sabotage the wellness of your soul and what your spirit is really here to do. And that's to grow and mature. So that's just what I'm seeing that happened during the cycle of the read. Is that you might have been disappointed and you went through all of the emotions, and then a divorce was filed, and the reason why is because someone wanted to live more in their truth. And you're wondering if healing your heart is worth it. And I just told you all the reasons in the beginning as to why. Okay? So let's talk about your future. In the future, I'm seeing the Ace of Rods. So coming straight out in the Ace of Rods energy, it's like, we don't talk about the future, we gonna talk about new beginnings. And that's exactly what the Ace of Rods is a representation of. New beginnings. You're gonna start something new. And like I said, you are in this Phoenix energy where you're going into a new phase of your life. The Ace of Rods represents like useful tools that put you in alignment with your success. This could be a new car, new house, new business, new technology, new anything. Okay? Probably new everything. Regardless, you are being received as very because you done got divorced. So maybe even new relationship, you know what I'm saying? So it's not something to be sad or depressed or broken up about. Though we do understand if you do feel that way, because you're human, right? However, it is also something to be celebrated because God's doing it for a reason, right? So that's what I'm saying that you did, or that you're going to do in the future, because you definitely celebrate when you buy something new. So I'm seeing that you bought something new, and it's aligned with an expression of masculinity. So when I see masculinity being expressed with the Ace of Rods, it just really sounds like you may be getting a new partner, or the establishment of a lot of things financially that are usually associated with men, like getting, you know what I mean, like getting land or getting a car. I don't know why society has, been like, it's a manly thing to get a new car, it's a manly thing to get a new house or whatever. Though whatever it is that you buy that's new, or that's even being offered to you, that could also be a thing. Is this received as ethical and principled for you to have this? Because it contributes to your success. So, or your fulfillment, or like I said, you being satisfied. And the reason why it may have been delayed is because of a Queen of Swords energy that you can't control. So there's a Queen of Swords, I'm just being honest, there's a Queen of Swords that's involved with this read, the cycle of it and all of that you can't control. This Queen of Swords, I don't really know if she's in the upright or the downright. She could just, So the Queen of Swords energy itself is someone that's led by their truth and justice. So we're going to go on the upside of things and just say that she's someone that's led by their truth and justice. And this is also someone that, good or evil, this is someone that has, I'm trying to listen to what, this is someone that's defending you, or in some kind of way, whatever it is that this Queen of Swords does is to nurture you, to push you forward. I'm also getting like the relationship of like a mother and a son type of thing. So you may have felt like she wasn't supportive of you. However, the way that you interact with her, the gender is not specific, but I'm just specifically talking about the energy itself. So the way that this person interacts with you, I'm hearing propels you forward, or has propelled you forward, because they live in their truth and justice. It makes you look within. I hope that makes sense. Okay? And that's just what I'm saying. So let's move forward. Holy Spirit is saying that it's been waiting for you to be in the energy of knowing for sure that healing your heart is worth it. And if you are led by that truth and justice, then you're in this Queen of Swords energy. And that's what your soul has been waiting for, your spirit of true self, to be in that Queen of Swords energy, because that's the style that provides that security for you that you've been seeking. And then you have what it is that you need to be in the Ace of Rods energy. Okay. So moving forward, then I see you in the Page of Pentacles, where there's someone that's making you a financial offering. It could be like a payout or something like that. Yeah, like a settlement, because you know how it says like that there was a divorce, so it's kind of showing me like, yeah, like a settlement. And I'm seeing that it requires like a lot of bravery for you to be in that energy, or you could also be investing in this next chapter of your life. Take it as it resonates. So it could be a settlement for the divorce, or it could also, because that's a boss move. Like if you get a settlement from a divorce or anything, you take that money and you invest it in this new chapter in your life, right? That's the smart thing to do. With some, this Queen of Swords energy, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't do it. Though I am seeing you in that energy as like brave and bold and courageous, and that you'll be very easygoing, because this next chapter in your life, you're ambitious, you're passionate about it, and you're ready to turn the page. Okay? So then, as far into your future as I can see, is that it's all going according to God's plan. So if you ever felt that energy of like, I should be doing this, or I should have did that months ago, or I should have did this a week ago, blah, 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 like that's the illusion of everyone else's timing and their pressure kind of like stressing you in your ego, or who it is that you're supposed to identify yourself as individually, right? However, God's timing is always divine and perfect. And I say that to you because I always have to reiterate that to myself when people externally are like trying to put pressure on me, or they're in a position to challenge God with me in the middle, right? And no one can wage war on my soul if I'm already in obedience to God. That's why they keep losing, right? So what I'm seeing is that everything is happening in divine perfect timing, and the ones that win. That's all I would say. Have you ever seen the Wheel of Fortune, the show? That's all I'm gonna say. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I was about to say the feel for fortune, so it might be your season. So yeah, you're in this Wheel of Fortune energy, and everything that's happening, like I said, you're in that energy of acceptance, that you learned from it, you grew from it. I learned from it, I grew from it, and I'm ready for what's next. Okay? It does require diligence, it does require perseverance, though it's also painless. And it comes natural to you. Okay? So to you, Leo, I do send love, light, and healing energy. I love you all so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
Hey my everythings, I hope that you all are doing well. So we have a goal. Do you know how I do the service projects like American Red Cross, Habitat for Humanity, working with FEMA? I'm in the recruitment process for a new government service project. That requires relocation, and your girl needs some money. So if you or anyone that you know is willing to help in the support or the move, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, because we only have a few months. I know it's like a last minute ask, though this is something that we really need so that everything can go out and make a difference, okay? Thank you so much, and I appreciate you all for supporting the channels.